I really struggled on this one, guys. Which bodybuilder has the best genetics of all time? Well, ultimately, I'm going to tell you that my vote goes to Flex Wheeler for a number of reasons, but I want to do some honorable mentions to other people in this video as well. So, the reason that Flex Wheeler ultimately got the nod for having the best genetics of all time is Flex, if you look at him on stage with Dorian Yates at the 1993 Mr. Olympia, anybody else other than peak Dorian Yates in arguably his best condition ever, which was amazing, would have been demolished by Flex Wheeler on stage with that physique. The muscle bellies, the shape, the incredible roundness. And the crazy thing is that even later in his career, right before he ended up retiring, he just kept getting bigger and bigger, and the muscle bellies got scarier and scarier. So for pure shape, nobody probably has better genetics than Flex Wheeler. Now, there's another way you can look at genetics that has to do with just like raw potential and also just like natural ability to build muscle. Then that easily goes to Ronnie. Ronnie, the story is when he walked into Brian Dobson's gym, Metroflex had on a pair of red sweats. And Ronnie, never even having competed before or taken gear, Brian could see the veins in Ronnie's quads through sweatpants. And when he saw him, he was so shocked that he told him that if he would train for bodybuilding, the first time meeting him, he could be the greatest bodybuilder of all time. Brian could see it like that. He put Ronnie on a 6 day a week program, gave him a free membership, basically all free weight, hardcore workouts, and the results are arguably the greatest bodybuilder of all time. If you want to compare him back and forth to Arnold for different reasons, but for pure physique, it's Ronnie, no question. Now, there's also a couple of other arguments that you could make. One, which would be for Dorian Yates, based on the ability to just build a raw amount of muscle, even when Dorian was in juvenile detention as a youth. He started to work out with weights there in the facility, and he blew up past all the other guys on no compounds, nothing, just an amazing ability to build muscle, but also the correct mindset to do it. And ultimately, you could also say Arnold Schwarzenegger because of the fact that he had the physique that he had in the 70s, which could still, with a little bit more work on the legs and a little bit of the work on the conditioning, could still beat everybody on stage today just due to amazing genetics, work ethic, everything else. So for pure genetic potential, absolutely Ronnie Coleman. I don't think anybody will ever beat this physique from 2003 Mr. Olympia. It's probably the greatest bodybuilder of all time. But for pure genetics and potential, I'd say it's Flex Wheeler. I just don't think that Flex had the work ethic and the consistency that Dorian and Ronnie had, or he would have been the greatest bodybuilder of all time, in my mind, no question, because just genetically and